I can't believe what people are willing to do to stay in this country. How selfish and sick do you have to be to harm the life of a child, let alone your own child? The doctors who perform, these types of surgeries should have their license stripped and they should be arrested. Parents who partake in this should be arrested for endangering the welfare of a child, serve their time, be deported, and never be allowed to return to the U.S. ever again. This is Darkstar 44.
Imagine waiting for years in the United States, working really hard, paying taxes, and hoping for a secured future, only to find out that your child, born in the country, may no longer be automatic citizen. This is the reality many Indian couples in the United States are facing right now, leading to an unusual and desperate rush for preterm births through C-section before February 20th. The reason? The US President Donald Trump's latest executive order aims to end birthright citizenship, meaning that after February 19, babies born to non-citizen parents won't automatically be recognized as American citizens. Indian families, many of whom are in the United States on temporary visa and are waiting in long lines for green card, see this as their last chance to secure their child's future. Let me tell you that Donald Trump has always been very vocal about immigration. Since his first term as US President, he has pushed policies aimed at reducing the number of immigrants, both legal and illegal. One of his key targets has been birthright citizenship, a law that grants automatic US citizenship to anybody born on American soil, regardless of their parents' nationality or any visa status. Now, this right comes from the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which has been in place since 1868. But Trump argues that this rule is being misused by non-citizen and undocumented immigrants to gain a foothold in America. He claims that foreigners come to the United States just to give birth, making their children American citizens, and later using those children to secure residency for the entire family. To stop this, Trump signed an executive order that will go into effect on February 20th. This means that babies born before February 19 will be US citizens, while babies born on or after February 20th will no longer be United States citizens if their parents are not already citizens or green card holders. For thousands of Indian families who have been waiting year-long for permanent residency, this is a huge blow. Most Indians in the United States are either on H-1B, that's work visa, or L-1 visa, and they are still waiting for their green card. The backlog for Indian applicants is so hard that some estimates say that it would take more than 100 years for many of them to receive permanent residency. Until now, many Indian immigrants are counted on birthright citizenship as a way to give their children a secured future. A child born as a US citizen can later sponsor their parents for permanent residency when they turn 21 years old. But with Trump's new rule, this safety net is gone. This has led to a sudden and desperate rush among Indian parents-to-be. Many are now requesting early C-section deliveries, even if their due date is in March or in April. Doctors are receiving dozens of calls every single day from Indian families asking for premature deliveries before the deadline. Let me give you an example here. Dr. S.D. Rama, a very well-known doctor in New Jersey, told a media organization that he has received at least 20 calls from Indian couple asking for preterm C-section. Some are even only 7 months pregnant, but they are still willing to take the risk just to have their baby before February 20th. Doctors are deeply concerned about this particular trend. Giving birth before the full term, that's 9 months, can cause serious health complications for both mother and the child. These risks include underdeveloped lungs, low birth weight, feeding problem, and neurological issues. Premature babies often struggle to digest food and their brain development may be incomplete. Another doctor, A gynecologist in Texas, S.G. Mukala, said that he tried explaining the risk to Indian parents, but many still insist on early deliveries because they feel that they have no other choice. Now, for many Indian families, getting a US green card is just like winning a lottery. It takes years or even decades due to strict quotas and backlog. The US gives only limited number of green cards each year to applicants from every single country, and because of so many Indians applying every single year, the process moves extremely slowly. A Reddit user summed up the frustration by saying that if you come to the United States in 2007, you might finally get your green card in 2024. Then wait another 5 years for citizenship. By that time, you're already 45 years old. Know what you are signing up for. Now, for many Indian professionals, having a US-born child was the only way to guarantee that at least one member of their family had permanent status in America. You know what? The situation is even worse for undocumented immigrants. Many enter the United States illegally years ago and hope for having a US-born child, and that particular child will give them a path to legal status. With Trump's rule, that option is gone now. A California-based Indian man who entered the US illegally 8 years ago said that he and his pregnant wife were desperate when they heard the particular news. They had been advised to stay in the US and get citizenship through their child, but now they don't know what to do. Many Indians on social media platforms like Reddit are now urging fellow Indians to leave the United States and look for opportunities elsewhere. Some say that it's better to return to India than live in constant uncertainty. Let me tell you that this is not the very first time when Trump has made such a tough immigration rule. During his presidency, he tried to end DACA, a program that protected immigrant children from deportation. He also reduced H-1B visas, making it harder for Indians to work in the US, and tightened the green card rules also, making it nearly impossible for low-income immigrants to get permanent residency. And now, with birthright citizenship under the attack, many Indian families fear that either their American dream is slipping away or they have to struggle the entire life. The February 20 deadline is creating chaos and fear among Indian families in the US. While some are rushing for preterm births, others are questioning whether America is still worth it or not. With immigration policies becoming tougher every single day, Indians in the US face an uncertain future, whether they are on work visa, wanting for green card, or they are undocumented. For now, Trump's order stands, but legal challenges could delay or overturn it. Until then, thousands of Indian parents-to-be will continue their desperate race against time. Will the American dream survive? Or is this the beginning of a major shift in immigration trend for the Indians? This only time will tell.